Hi everybody, it's Lisa Marie here. Hi my sweet lifers. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Today I'm hanging out with Shelly. She is another one of the authors in this wonderful book that we've all collabed on, Journeys of Goodbye. We have a huge event coming up in Houston. It's November the 1st. It's for the National Grief Awareness Month and National Palliative
Oh yeah, the Hospice and
Palliative Care Month.
Yes.
So we tried to pull that together. If you've been following along, you'll know that the glue to all of this is Satavia, who I've photographed for a long time. And you guys work with Satavia.
We did.
And so I am excited about having you today and being a part of the conversation surrounding this. And if you guys will look in the episode notes, you'll also find how to get to the Eventbrite and sign up. Each one of the authors that's in the book has their own way to get the book. You can also do it right there and actually sign up for a pre-ordered book, and then we'll sign it at that event on November the 1st. It's at it's the church. What's the name of the church?
Fountain of Praise.
Fountain of Praise, and it's down off of Hillcroft.
Yeah, like Hillcroft, Fondren area. Somewhere around in there. I've been to it many times, but I can't think of it.
I haven't been to it because it's not Episcopalian. Y'all know that. But but I will be there. I will be there. So thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So talk to me. How did you get involved in this book other than Satavia? Or is that like me? You got... Let's do this, please.
You know, she talked to me about it a couple of times, and you know, when you're having like small talk with people, you just kind of think, it's never going to happen type thing. And so when she actually published her first book and brought it back up again, I was like, okay, because we used to talk a lot. We would tell each other a lot of life stories, and again, I've been in hospice for a really long time. This is I'm going into my 26th year in hospice, so most of my nursing career has been in hospice. She was always like, you have such great stories. You got to write a book. You have to write a book. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So when she decided that she was truly going to do this project, then, I said, okay, I'll give it a try. I didn't have any clue where I was going to start. At first, it was just going to be about hospice in general, because that's my most life experience. But then I kept thinking about it, and I'm like, well, let me tell them how I got into hospice in the first place.
Right. I
have experienced so much loss in my life, from a very young adult age all the way to just like back to back, that's where how it brought me into hospice in the first place. So I had to throw all of those things in together to make people understand that I really hit rock bottom, and God brought me out of it, and he put me where I needed to be, and he has blessed me with people like Satavia, Chanel, everybody that I work with currently, for sure, have blessed me. They are my village. They are my support. They are everything to me. And, that's why I'm still a little bit mad at Satavia for selling the company to another company, because, we miss being with her every day. But we still talk to her, so we're okay. I'll get over it.
Well, it's not like you don't see her.
Yeah, I do. I see her. We talk to her. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not. And I like to remind her about it.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll figure out another way to reconvene
that would be
the
amazing.
Original team.
That would be
the original dream team.
Absolutely.
That would be fun.
Yes.
Well, in your story, one of the things that stood out to me that we also have in common, which has been the interesting thing about this whole project for me, all of y'all that have followed me for years, and those that haven't followed me but know me as your personal artist, or you've read my columns or whatever over the years. Mom got hit by the train when I was 8. Daddy dropped dead of a pulmonary embolism on his 64th birthday. My nephew shot himself at 19. 8 years ago. My brother just committed suicide a year ago. My grandmother lived to be 102. My other grandparents were like progressively, Big Daddy had dementia, and then that eventually is what took him. And so I've had all this, and then I've done all these kids' cancer calendars in Houston with babies that have been dying and have died, and helped the families grieve their children that have died. Babies, like 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. Breast cancer calendars for 10 years for all the different hospitals. So all the clients people that came to see me for the calendars, you don't usually come see me without me hugging and kissing you, and then we're friends forever. So that's how I roll with everybody, with every human, unless they're bad. If they're bad, they don't get to stick around. But the thing is that a lot of death in different ways.
Right.
And so it was interesting when I was reading the book how many stories, each author shared some things, right? And in each one of the stories, I was able to understand a little bit better than maybe somebody else would, because they hadn't been in that particular situation. And so I've seen it from so many different perspectives, but your story really hit me because, that's like one of the worst things ever.
It is.
And for me, I remember when Jennings killed himself. I was in here in the middle of a presentation, and Victoria Ann screamed the scream that the scream. There's only one kind of scream that's like that.
Yep.
And it's a scream that doesn't happen any other kind of death. And it's one of those things where you're just like, for a long time, you're just kind of like scratching your head trying to figure out why. And then, of course, I, being the matriarch, ended up having to write the eulogy. And I must say I did a much better job than the preacher did at the sermon. In fact, people came up. I should have taken that information way back when.
Yeah.
With Trudy telling me that I'm a minister, right? She should have understood that a long time ago. Even when my priest heard me, I said, I'm going to seminary. He's like, yep, that's exactly where you belong. You need to be going to seminary. But I was able to pull myself together and write something about him not listening to the Holy Spirit. And things happen. People get off track. And God pulls us back on track. And sometimes we don't listen.
Yes.
And I feel like that's what happened with my nephew. I don't know what happened with my brother. We were not close. He is a brother from Daddy's second marriage. Mm-hmm. So we have the father, but we don't have the mother in common. And the mother and I never got along. We never bonded. I looked just like my mother. Mm-hmm. And mother being killed, right? So as I grew up, Daddy wasn't over it. Even though he remarried and had more children, he was never over her.
Sure.
And so that always created this huge problem with us, because I'm not my mother, but if you talk like it, look like it, walk like it, act like it, and your daddy sees that, then you are that representation of that missing link that was taken away. Even though as a kid, it was hard for me to understand, especially as a teenager. But I, he had been in the military. He had probably some PTSD. He never served in any war, but his wife said that he had started to change personality, and he had been diagnosed with bipolar, and medicines weren't working. And so, but it was a similar situation to your situation, where he was supposed to be where he was supposed to be, and she walked in the bedroom and found him. And, my heart broke when I read your story, because I know what that somewhat is like,
Yeah. It's definitely one of the hardest things you could ever do, because, the shock value of it is something that never goes away. It may get a little bit easier as time goes on, as far as for you being able to get up out of bed and not blame yourself every single day. You can keep on living. Most of us can. There are some people that let it ruin their lives. But
right.
I don't know. I just didn't follow that path, but it does. It's hard. It's hard to come back from. Even all these years later, it's been almost 30 years. And I still, every year at the time that it happened, I dream about it. I think about it all the time, the whole month leading up to it. It's something that you can never really truly get over. Mm-hmm. Other people that were left behind or impacted for life. It's just not something that you can truly get past. You just have to pray for a better day.
Yeah, and I think that, I believe, and this is my take on it, and I visited with my priest about it, for a long time I believed that maybe they wouldn't be in heaven.
Me too. Because I brought up Catholic.
And I was brought up Southern Baptist. And so,
that's what they teach you.
That's it. And so then as I've gone through seminary, as I've lived a little bit through it, right? Because it's been 9 years with Jennings, I understand that there are things that take us slow and quick.
Yes.
Alcohol.
Yes.
You're killing yourself every single day.
Absolutely.
Drugs. It's a little evil demon. Our fight is not here. Our fight is with the spiritual warfare.
Mm-hmm.
And the Holy Spirit helps us, guide us through it, in and out of it. And sometimes we just are human.
Yes.
You know, because we all are. And so I now feel like in my heart, and I'm comforted by that, I really strongly feel like that both Sam and Jennings and your husband and anybody else that's done that is definitely there with Jesus. You know, it's not a barrier or a breaking point to not be there. I think that if you kill a whole lot of people and then you ask for forgiveness at the end of the day, and you know we know we're forgiven, that kind of ticks me off a little bit with God, because I'm like, hey, you got to do a whole lot of really bad stuff, but when you do it to yourself and you're sick and something's not right, I have a different feeling than I had 5 years ago.
Right.
And I think it's just growing up, being more mature. Maybe it's seminary. I don't know, but
it takes a lot of prayer and asking God to show you that, because you really just don't. If you were taught that, you were brought up in a certain way, that to believe that is not where they were, that they went straight to hell. I mean, what else are you supposed to do? Of course, and that makes it 10 times worse to get over it, because you're like, oh my God, you know, now we're never going to see him again.
Yeah. And I don't believe that.
I don't either, not anymore. And I may not be the one to see him again because I'm remarried, but at least I'm comforted in knowing that his children will, his mother, his father, everybody that was directly connected to him.
Oh, I think you're going to be in heaven with me.
Oh, I'll be in heaven, but I don't know if he'll be like the person waiting at the gates for me.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I don't think he'll be the face that is there.
Gotcha. I understand that now better. I was like, we're going to be in heaven.
No, we're going to be in heaven. I do God's work every day.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And that's the thing that's so wonderful about this book, too, is that every single person in this book, they have a strong sense of faith. They have a strong sense of healing. They've healed from things that are really raw and are hard.
Yes.
And you have to have had that, I believe, to be called to do what you do.
I'm telling you what, I'll tell you this, that when all that happened, I did lose my faith. I mean, I was so angry at God. Like, I just couldn't believe that you would allow all of these things to have transpired. Yes, some of my decisions did play factors into some of the things that transpired, but I just couldn't believe how could this many things, bad things, happen to one person.
And then you read the book of Job.
And then
you read the book of Job.
Yes.
And you see that no matter what path we take, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, he always pulls us and makes it good.
He does, because he sent the most unlikely person in the world, and I'm still with that person 27 years later. And he is the reason. My husband that I'm married to now brought me back into God's good graces and brought my faith back. And well, he didn't bring it back, but he showed me the path to get back there. And I did. I tried to refuse it. I rebuked it in the beginning because I didn't want to hear anything he had to say. But once I stopped and listened, it's what happened, and we're great. Everything's great. I have a strong faith in God now, and I'm just going to keep rolling.
Yeah, you got to keep on rolling until we ain't rolling no more.
Absolutely.
Until we get to rolling our new bodies, which I'm so excited about.
Me too.
New information to you guys watching, not having anything to do with this, but just new information, because you know how I roll. Yesterday, I went to see the rheumatologist. You know, I'm back and forth between Florida and Houston. I came back to interview some people for this book. Chanel, Shelly, Althea, Alethea. I never can say her name right. I hope I don't screw that up whenever she does her interview. Anyway, and then Laura. Mm-hmm. I think, is it Laura or Lorna? Laura. So I've got a few more that are coming up on the channel. But I got diagnosed with not one but 3 arthritises yesterday. I got diagnosed with osteo, gouty, and rheumatoid.
Oh, well, I got rheumatoid and osteo too, so hey.
We're joining the club. So, but I thought to myself, actually said to the doctor yesterday, I said, well, that's fine for a little while. I said, but when I die and go to heaven, my new body will be bouncing around. I'll be back on point shoes, and there won't be any more of this aching joints and sore knuckles and all of that kind of stuff.
Yes, Lord.
Good stuff to look forward to in the new heavens and the new earth.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, I hope that you've had fun.
I did.
Sitting on this couch and hanging out with me. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. If you did, please do us a favor, like and share. Don't forget to ring that bell. And don't forget to get over there to that Eventbrite and get signed up for our event. And whoever you like the best, or all of us, go ahead and just buy 16 books. And then you can give them to your friends for Christmas too. That would be a really nice thing to do for each of us.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, we'll see you soon on the channel. Stay sweet.